I'm Joy Randall, and I am a beauty entrepreneur and conversationist. I'm also the master cosmetologist at Essential Aesthetics and Laser in Charlotte, North Carolina. My background is in professional makeup artistry. For over 15 years, I've worked with celebrities, major networks, and national magazines. Makeup artistry led me to wanting to know everything I possibly could about skincare, which made me much more health conscious and finally led me to understanding the emotional connections to beauty. I've learned so much along the way, and I want to share it all with you here on Beautiful Conversations. I'm talking all things beauty with experts who are amazing at what they do. I hope you not only get to know them, but learn lots about the industry and how to achieve your beauty goals. So enjoy. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and share it with a friend. All right, well, welcome to Beautiful Conversations. I am Joy Randall, also known as the Beauty Influencer. And I like to bring in cool-ass beauty professionals that I know to chat down so that we can talk about this thing called life, that we can talk about the beauty industry, but another side of the beauty industry, because I myself have been, as y'all have heard in the intro, have been a beauty professional for over 15 years. But we are more than that. We are and so, we're more than just people who get on social media and give you tips. We're people with lives, dreams, and aspirations. And so this is the amazing Beauty by Danielle.
Hey.
Welcome. I'm super excited. We have actually been churning this chat for over a year now.
It has. Can you believe that? How time just flies by like that? It's crazy.
It's a little crazy. And we're going to keep it all the way 100 because we were just talking before this. We had a few little technical difficulties, just trying to get on here, getting situated. Whether this is past, present, or future, it is now Mercury retrograde, if you all are familiar.
Yes, it is.
So
we were having some glitches in the technical difficulties with our communication devices.
But we figured it out.
Yeah, we did.
And let me just say, you're giving me 90s Bob right now.
You know what? That's the vibe I was on. I'm just
the turtleneck, yes.
I feel very if you love me, say it. Very never meant to cause you no pain.
I am here for it. I'm here for it. Okay, so those of you who don't know Danielle yet, I would say that you're definitely on the master cosmetologist side. But I know that you have a salon. You are a hairstylist by trade.
Yes.
But yeah, just give the people a little rundown. Tell the folks who you are, what you do.
I have such a hard time talking about myself.
Well, I will crank you, as my friend would say. I crank you, so go ahead.
I'm lying, Joy. I have been in the industry since 2008. I've been licensed since 2008, and so I've been a beauty professional since then. I started in retail cosmetics, and I worked my way up in there and learning the business behind beauty and cosmetics and cosmetic industry. And then I launched my own business, which was called Haven Beauty, which was in South End, Charlotte. And that was a focus on, at that time, brows and makeup and skincare. And I loved it so much. And then I had my daughter, and then I got back into the industry after, being away for about 2 years. I got back into working for different cosmetic companies and also a blowout bar. And I really, really loved it. And for a while I wasn't doing hair just because I was so focused on the beauty side as far as the makeup and brows and things like that and waxing. And now I transitioned back over to hair, just because the great thing about being a cosmetologist, you can maneuver that way. You can go into doing one thing, you get bored with that, you go into doing something else, and it's always just about the evolving your craft and perfecting your craft. And so I really, really love being in this industry. I've been in it for 12 years.
Getting on up there, getting
up there, girl. Getting up there. And I often think about, like, what would I be doing if I didn't do what I do now? And honestly, I can't think of anything else, you know?
Right.
I can't think of anything else. It just I want to leave, and then it just pulls me back in.
Talk about it. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. So I met you at the grand opening of your salon.
Mm-hmm. I think I reached out to you on Instagram and sent you like an invite, because I felt like we've always like just we were like in a circle together, but we never really formally introduced ourselves to each other. But it was just like the vibe.
6 degrees, of separation, for sure.
Exactly. And then I was like, oh, she a Pisces too, just like me.
I was gonna get to that. But it was so cute, like I like to go ahead and give the folks their flowers, as much as I possibly can. So, I got this invite, and to be completely transparent, at the time I was definitely in the shift of my career and on a more downside. Like, I was fresh out of like depression, probably still a little bit in it. Because I think I left Charlotte. I may have just been visiting. And so you sent me this invite, and it was like really nicely put together. Just the way that you even presented it, I was like, oh, okay, this is my steez. Like, yeah, I'll definitely be there. I want to check it out. And I got there, and I was even more impressed, with just the ambiance, the way everything looks. It was in this, because we like a little bouge, it was in a nice little kind of high-rise building in Charlotte, and it was decked out. The food was absolutely amazing. You had the gifts, and you had a host, and you had, a little pop-up shop boutique and all of that. And, I just find you to be, like I said, we're going to keep it real on this thing right here. I find you to be so articulate, and professional in the way that you present yourself and your brand and what you do. And after working with so many hairstylists over the years, I find a lot of people, they might be great at doing hair, but they're not that good at presenting themselves as a brand. I think we get better at it, with social media, but I feel like you have always presented like the whole package. And I was like, yes, I dig her. And then whenever I found out you was a Pisces, I was like, okay, well, that is part of why, and your mom was there and your daughter, and just like, I know that you got into the business because your grandmother, was in the business as well. So, I was just like, this is dope. I like the whole vibe. I'm digging it.
You know what's so crazy about you even saying that? Like, the fact that you're saying that I reached out to you when you were on a downward slope where you felt like you were in the downward part of your.
I sure did.
Yeah. But see, when you reached out to me to do this, I felt like in a down, not in a, like, it's just kind of like you lose the passion or the motivation. You're not inspired, and so you kind of get down on yourself. I don't know about you, but like, I am very, very critical of myself, and I really am super hard on myself. So you're saying that, you see my brand and it's, it's so professional and I articulate myself so well. I think so horribly about my brand. Like, it's so crazy because I'm looking at, and everybody says that to me, like, but it's one thing for a person to say it and you to actually know it for yourself. And I think that it's really just being, especially nowadays in social media, like, you can't help but look at how somebody else's branding is so cohesive and they might have a team that they work with. But when you're trying to do it on your own, it is very challenging because you're just like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing, but you just do it anyway.
And I said that I don't want anybody to feel discouraged, like part of the goal of this, is to again, like up and coming, people who want to be in the industry, people who aspire to, to give them a very realistic view, and again, to keep them motivated, keep them inspired as well. But again, yourself, you're 12 years in, I'm 15 plus years in, and we still go through these moments. So I want to humanize us as much as possible. And even those people too that, because you don't have to be somebody who wants to be in the industry if you're checking this out either. Yep. Those who, I think a lot of clients at times see us, and they think like, well, you know how to do all of this. You know how to take care of your skin. You know how to do your makeup. It's a battle every single day.
Yes.
It's a battle every single day.
You think that we look like this every day? If you really stop. Girl.
She's like, you look, I said, it's the lighting. Like,
girl.
This is what we're supposed to present to you.
Exactly.
But we have our mommy, breath stain, get the bubble gum, like all of it.
You look dusty. Oh, but it is nice to humanize us as yes, we are beauty professionals, but we are humans too, and we go through things just like anybody else does. And in fact, it's even more challenging because when we have a client that comes to us, we're expected to give them an experience, keep that professionalism going, be polite, pour into them, pour into your client. Well, if you are real professional and you are really about your craft, these are the things that you're gonna do. We do have some people out here that don't give a crap, like we were talking about. But as far as like when I'm providing a service, I'm always pouring into my people. I love my clients, like they're like my family. So I'm always pouring into them, and some days it's harder than others because I have things that I'm going through too, and it's hard to pour from an empty cup, so yeah.
I love your videos too, where I definitely feel that from you whenever you're like, yes girl, like curls, like you're running your fingers through their hair, like this is y'all's moment, this is what y'all do.
Yeah. I'm gonna hype it up every time.
Yeah, I love that. And speaking of which, just going through things, and again, us being real people, your daughter is such a big part of just who you are. When we see you, we gonna see Miss Summer, honey, and she is as cute as a button. So if you can talk about just motherhood and like, she is something special.
Girl.
She really is.
That girl, like honestly, she's just in a lane of her own. And you know how when you have like this is my only child. So, naturally I don't really have anyone to compare her to. I never grew up around a lot of kids, and I was never the type to be like, oh, I want a whole bunch of kids, So I don't have anything to compare her to, but I just thank God that he gave me her because she is so she's such a boss. Like, so bossy, so confident. For her confidence level is so, it's like crazy. And it makes me, I'm super proud to be her mom. And it's, you know, a lot of times it's like, she acts just like you. And I'm like, I don't even see myself in that way, but I see her as so much brighter than I am sometimes. Like, it's so crazy. But yeah, she is. And, you know, honestly, that's another reason why I love being in this field too. And this is another reason why I got into the industry of wanting to be working for myself and working in beauty and things like that, because I wanted to be able to include her. I worked for other companies where I couldn't participate in a lot of things that she was doing. I really wanted to be a hands-on mom. And so with this field, like, I'm able to have that flexibility and freedom. I pick her up from school, you know, we spend a lot of time together. And when I have classes and, you know, things like that, I bring her. And she's at the salon, you know, everybody knows her. Everybody knows her. And
it's right on in.
She fits right in. She is just a little diva.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm raising her to be just a strong Black woman, you know? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love that it's just a package deal. You know, you guys came to the grand opening of where I work at Essential. And I think I said to her, you know, like, aren't you cute or something? She was like, yes. I was like, okay, look, you know what it is. Hey, I love it. So, you know, I just think it's dope, you know. And again, you know, we are, you know, I don't want to get on my soapbox, but as Black women, you know, I always say, like, yes, I work with a team of Caucasian women, but, you know, and that's neither here nor there. Mm-hmm. I do what I do to create a space, you know, for women of color, specifically Black women, because, you know, we have been on the bottom for so long.
Oh my God.
And
still, like, even we still don't get as much credit as we deserve. We're starting to get more. I definitely feel like that's changing, but it's because you can't deny it any longer. Like, how can you deny the glory of a Black woman? You can't deny it.
In our younger, you know, our children they deserve, you know, to feel like that lane, you know, is right there for them to just walk through. So when you see that little confidence, it's like, yes, you know, you're growing up without some of the hangups and some of the things that, you know, we had to push through.
Yeah.
Right. Matter of fact, I'll just share this because it's a concept that I'm working on. I'm putting you on the spot just a little bit. But because I asked my dad this the other day too, and I said, so, you know, when you think of Black glamour, what comes to mind? You know, the concept of Black glamour.
See, my idea, is that a question?
Yeah.
See, I have a different thought process when it comes to glamour, because I feel like in society standard of glamour is just very overdone. Like, I'm not meaning to be disrespectful to anybody else who likes this look, but all of that, the huge lash, the wigs, all that, that's to me, it's not glamour. Like, that is somebody else's glamour. And a lot of those trends have been taken from the drag queen world and transitioned over into women, where women, it's crazy because drag queens created their characters off of females. And now you see females creating their idea.
Don't get me wrong.
And I'm not.
We love a drag show now. I love the queens. I love
Period. Period.
Matter of fact, a lot of Black women came into their own because there was a queen who was like, girl, this is what you need to do.
Right.
So we're not saying that they don't have a place or a voice. We're not saying that. Okay, go ahead.
No, we're not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that it is become a standard that Black glamour in the Black community is this. Whereas for me, I look at beauty as like, I love natural beauty. When I think Black glamour, I'm thinking like the Nia Longs and, you know, the Angela Bassett's, like the classic beauty, natural, like, that's why when you said this is a 90s vibe, it is. Because that's the vibe that's the type of vibe I am. Like, I'm not into that type of look. And it's no shade towards anybody that is. But when you come to me, if you come get a service from me, you're gonna get I'm gonna embody what you like. But if we don't have the same taste when it comes to that, I'm just not your person. And that's okay.
And that's okay.
It's okay.
It's really okay.
Because you're not going to get that cake face from me. I'm sorry. You're not going to get the big wigs and all that you're not going to get that from me. You're not going to get all the colors from me.
Yeah. Yeah. We can go on and on about that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just, I tend to really think, because even like, my mom is much older, but all the generations before us, and like their representation of what Black beauty was or is. And, again, like I'm 40 years old, you know what I mean? Like, and I think sometimes I feel like we don't do enough for ourselves, or women have not been used to doing enough for themselves, or used to, again, just going out there and shining full megawatt. Like, no, let me give it to them, and where did we, again, have real representation of what that looked like? Not on the scale that our counterparts had,
Right.
And so I really want my brand and my page, and I try to find more ways to highlight the historical, like, who was that? The Dorothy Dandridges, and the Lena Horne, and the every generation too, even in the 80s when we had, Patti LaBelle was like on one with the hair, but that was a thing. Tina Turner, like,
girl.
And so we need to have more space to highlight like our glam, because we did have to make that, we had to create that lane
absolutely
for ourselves. But I love that you said that, about your clients, and the people, and what works for you, like, and attracting the people that you want, like, sometimes it's not a good fit. And like you said, that is perfectly okay.
Perfectly fine. But you're right. I think that I'm a very huge advocate for, I have this saying, it's leisurely lifestyle. Leisurely lifestyle. Like, I embody leisurely lifestyle. And by leisure, I don't mean like lazy. I mean like, everything is, you attract everything. You don't chase anything. Like, just relax and let it come to you. And we have to work. Yeah, we have to take care of our bills. We have to, take care of our children, but make it leisurely. Make it feel good to you. If you have to work in something that you're excited about, you're passionate about, you have to do it for the rest of your life. So, and I think that so many people are on like grind, sleep when you're dead, all that type of stuff. But that is a mentality, a dead mentality to me, especially for us and in our community. You got people that's working 2-3 jobs and you still ain't getting nowhere from doing that.
I am known to say that's that slave shit. I don't do that no more. You know, I don't know. I'm gonna give a shout out to the NAP ministry. If anyone is not familiar, the NAP ministry, also Well Rested Black Woman. These are both accounts on Instagram that I follow, advocating for Black rest.
Yes.
So if you're not familiar, you know, definitely check those out. Okay, well, you know, like, we have covered this quite a bit, you know. My mind is now just kind of going, I'm trying to, okay, let me bring it back full circle.
Yeah, I
know. The beauty, you know, and you being in the industry, but I know what I was going to say is, I think to bring it completely full circle to what you were saying in the beginning about being on, you know, a down end, you know, I have noticed for myself too, or the lack of motivation and things like that. That's the time to rest.
Yeah.
And sometimes we, again, are just not familiar with the resting pieces. So sometimes there's a level of guilt, you know, that's associated, especially as entrepreneurs. Doing something, you know, I should be grinding. But that, I mean, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So, you know, sometimes I have learned to just be like, okay, it's cool. You know what? And until I get something that really inspires me, and again, I'm working from that space to really push forward and have something I'm excited about, I'm good. And guess what? Because I already put 12 plus years of work in.
Period.
So I deserve a little downtime.
I pay my dues. Paid them.
Absolutely.
I totally agree with that. Like, you know, you are absolutely right. That is a time of rest. And I feel like, you know, we forget that life is like the ocean. You know, you go with the ebb and flow. Sometimes it's like, you know, the waves are crashing, everything's going, you got a lot going on. And then sometimes it's just still waters, you know. But it doesn't mean that things aren't happening. It's just, you just need to just ride that wave. Just, you know, relax.
Right.
Yeah, relax into it.
So we're approaching the end. Why don't you share quickly what type of hair you do? I know what I see online looks like beautiful, healthy hair. I see the curls, I see the waves, but I also saw some locks, which I did not know because I would have been over there. I was like, please do this.
I do all types of hair. Specifically, my specialty is healthy hair. No matter what kind of hair you have, my goal is to get it to its healthiest point. So I deal with natural hair. I do natural styles. So I do the flat twist, 2-strand twist, locks, lock retwist, lock detoxes. And then I do silk presses as well. I have a luxury silk press. I do installs with the tape-in installs, which is my favorite type of install because it's super flat and so versatile. I do color. I do a little bit of everything. You know, I've had my hands in everything. And not only do I do hair, but you're going to come over in the room, we're going to wax you up, we're going to do your makeup, we're going to do everything, you know. So it's just full service. And I am currently in the space of wanting to transition my business into a more holistic approach to hair. And so I will be incorporating some hemp and CBD shampoos and products in the salon. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah. And I also have Raw Beauty, which is my other business, which is skincare, all things sacred to mental and emotional and spiritual wellness. So
I do Pisces.
Yep, I have Pisces, body and facial oils,
yes.
all that good stuff.
Yes. Awesome. Tell the folks where they can find you.
You can find me at www.beautybydanielleclt.com. You can also find me on Instagram at Danielle N. Scott.
Yes.
Get a peek into my life. And,
yes. Yes. I highly, highly recommend it. You know, she will keep you lifted.
Yes.
Again, you know, we have to keep each other lifted. And I think that whenever we are operating our gifts of beauty and creating beauty on this earth, you know, again, it's just that energy. You know, sometimes you have to just, like I said, just accept the opportunities.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like, you just never know. Because just like I went to her event and she accepted, you know, my invite to do this, you never know, you know, with that energy exchange, like what it's going to do for you. So this has been Beautiful Conversations. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. We definitely want you to comment and like and subscribe and share.
Yes.
Share the good energy. And we'll see you next time.